All right, y'all, man, we back right now. We actually are continuing to do the Chris Brown album right now. I was gonna, do the whole album, but since Chris Brown just dropped his favorite tracks the other night, I just want to react to the ones that he put out there to say that it was his favorite ones, and we're gonna see if we can agree with him and see if these are the ones that's going to stand out. So right here we have his list consists of he has Honey Pack. We already reviewed that, so if you guys want to check that out, I already have the review for that. He got a song called "It's Not You, It's Me." We got "Fucking Party," "Say Nothing," "Colors," "Slow Jam," "For the Moment," "Body Goes," "Fallen," and "Present." So anyone that we haven't done, we're going to do on this list. So we already did Honey Pack, so we're going to start off with It's Not You, It's Me. So that's the one we're going to start off with. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe, to keep us within the algorithm, so you can follow me while we do the rest of these reviews. So let's start it off, man. I'm excited, and man, this album been pretty decent so far. So let's check it out. Tried to buy you roses, but it didn't help. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring it back from the top. Let's bring it back to the top. Loved him like that. You know what I mean? So, he's been pretty deep on these songs lately, man. And it seemed he did say that this was like a personal album, something that, he felt like it was him. So, I'm wondering if he like is directing these lyrics to like a specific girl. So let's check it out. Before, man, like when you are, you in love with somebody and you're going through a lot of mental stress. You're dealing with a lot of internal pain, and sometimes traumatic things, and they might be resurfacing and things, and it's like you're hurting the person that you're with throughout the process because you're trying to navigate through all of these feelings and emotions without getting the necessary therapy that you might need, and I understand that. When you get older, like, sometimes it gets difficult to kind of balance life, a lot of things you have going on, and your relationship at the same time. So, yeah, I can relate to this. Things that he thought he would change when he had you. Now, I've felt like that before too. You get with somebody, you thinking that they might be the key to the puzzle, the piece of the puzzle that's missing, and you're thinking that they're going to mend this hole or something in you, when in reality, you don't need to be with anybody until you're mentally prepared and ready for that. So, like, you put a lot of pressure on people trying to get them to basically, mend your heart and try to create some type of vision or person that you're really not, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I can understand this. I don't want to let you down. I mean, sometimes it's hard to, and I'm gonna continue to pause this, because YouTube been tripping, man. Like, you playing this Chris Brown album, they sitting here copyrighting this, copyrighting that, you know what I'm saying? But this is a good song to pause on. So, but let's rewind it a little bit, right? Stressed, I'm a mess, and I don't want to let you down. Now, I've had to say that to a person before, and the thing is like, you don't want to hurt this person, man, and you don't want to let them down to the point to where, like, they're a good person, but what you're dealing with, man, is something that can destroy your relationship. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to be vocal about what you're dealing with. Sometimes it might require separation. Sometimes it might, like I said, require therapy and things of that nature. But and I think a lot of men's problem, including myself, a lot of times we try to handle things by ourselves, and we actually handle it in just the most negative ways a lot of times. Sometimes you might try to use drinking as an escape. You try to use smoking. You try to, sometimes you just want to be secluded from everybody, and a lot of that stuff don't work a lot of times, So And like I said, therapy is what I recommend for a lot of men who are going through these type of things, man. They have a lot of different programs and stuff like that you can use. And even if you can't afford a therapy, my suggestion, use your chat GBT. You know what I mean? That like chat got a whole bunch of ways to help you nowadays. So I would use chat GPT or something of that nature to try to see at least if they can direct you to the right people. So yeah. Okay, man. So that's "It's Not You, It's Me" by Chris Brown on the new Brown album. I like that song, man. I like songs with messages, and there's been a lot of up and down reviews that I've been hearing about this album, and I don't understand what's going on. I mean, mainly, I know I'm a Chris Brown fan, of course, but I'm a person I pay attention to lyrics, and I try to see where the artistry is going, like what is it he's talking about. I think people are so used to the upbeat Chris Brown and the rap and stuff and all this other stuff that they forget that this man is in his late 30s now. You know what I mean? And getting closer to 40. So it's at one point in time you're gonna have to start speaking on things that are relevant to your life, things you've been going through, things that you can relate to. I think that's what people forget. Like as an artist, you just grow as a person. So you can't really kind of stay in the same space when it comes to writing. Like I write too myself, but it's one of them things to where like as an artist, I can't even get into the mode of writing. I can't write outside of what I feel right now. And I think that I've heard Jay-Z and other people say that it's like, you don't want to force music. And I think that what I like about this album, it seems like nothing is forced. I feel like this is how he felt. These are the things that he was going through. And this is what, this is what came out of it. So, yeah, anyway, man, it's not you, it's me, from the Brown album. If you guys like that, hey, hit a thumbs up, like button, even y'all can share, y'all can check out the song yourself. But anyway, man, that's that song. We're going to move on to the next song. The next song that we have coming up, we're going to do a fucking party. That's the next video. So we're going to do that on the next video. Come over here. Well, come over there and check that video out too, man. I'm going to see y'all there.